called Paso de la Muerte.
Pass of the Dead. I want to live. Well, the summit is just there. And I have loved ones who would probably prefer that I don't go up there. Where I'm coming from, the clouds broke just for a second, and I could see how far up I am. Oh, I can't see it anymore.
One slip, one mistake, 1 second, and I would join the dead. If only I would have known this mountain was infamous for retrieving bodies, but I didn't. Just hours before, I knew nothing about the pass of death just ahead.
This is where I came from. This is where I'm going. Plenty of false summits. Up, up, and beyond that. This is adventure. Yeah, that's steep. This is intense here. I'm the only one up here.
So how did I get stranded alone in the face of death on the cliff of this mountain? I mean, volcano.
The goal for the day is to climb a volcano over 16,000 feet. It's 5:30 in the morning. I'm doing it solo without a guide. Will I make it to the top today? Will the weather be okay?
But you probably don't care about the weather. You want to know where I am, right? You can now experience 50 inspirational adventure vlogs where I'm solo traveling across Ecuador on my new channel. Having just finished an unconventional path along Quilatoa Loop for the last week, I was tasting the mysterious at an Ecuador market nobody talks about just yesterday. And after giving you a 24-hour tour, I hopped my next bus and saw a precipitous peak towering into the sky. I decided in that moment to climb it. The volcano that brought me 1 second from death is called Llaniza Norte. I just learned its name derives from the Kunza words for masculine mountain. Will all the courage in my beard be enough to survive the pass of death and summit this peak over 16,000 feet completely alone? This video tells the tale.
When the backpack is on the bus, that means it's the start to a new adventure. Left the place where I was staying and asked where the bus station was, and they're like, couple streets that way, couple streets that way. Had to ask a couple more locals. They kept pointing in a direction. I got told to look for the red bus if I want to go to the next place I'm going. Found one red bus and they said no. Found another red bus and they said yes. And just as I was getting on the bus, it starts rolling down the road. So I don't know, I can't time that any more perfectly to walking across an entire city to where the bus is leaving. Hop on and I'm heading down the road. This is what it looks like. And start to a new adventure. Welcome to the Pan American Highway. It stretches across the entire length of South America. And I just rode one of those red buses like that on the other side and got off, walked around the overpass. And I am here because I see this word here, bus parada, a bus stop, and that green sign says El Chaupi. So, plan is, bus is gonna pull over here, and I've been told by somebody that I need to look for a blue and white bus that says El Chaupi, and that'll take me to the village. That'll get me closer to the volcano. Well, that was a short wait. Here we are on the blue and white bus. Full of people going to the village. I love how all these Ecuadorian towns and cities have their own name, titled like that, just right in the center, roundabout, it's a piece of art, and they're all really colorful. But this is El Chaupi, Ecuador. And it's pretty quiet right now. As that bus was going, it was dropping off a bunch of school children along the way where their homes were. So I'm guessing they go to school in the next town up called Machachi. And so here we are. I am heading, I think I'm heading northwest, which is towards the mountain, and should be some places to stay along the way. So we'll just walk this a ways and see where we get. I've been walking around this little village for a little while now, and most of the places that said hosteria or hostel or something are just completely closed down. So definitely here in the off season, but I do see a place with the name of the volcano and a place that I could possibly stay. So I'm going back to that, and I think it should all work out. And hopefully tomorrow is a little clearer than today. It's quite overcast around here, and I don't want to be stuck on top of a mountain in those conditions. The goal for the day is to climb a volcano over 16,000 feet. It's 5:30 in the morning. It's a very technical climb. I'm doing it solo without a guide in the Andes Mountains of Ecuador. Will I make it to the top today? Will the weather be okay? It's actually overcast right now. Will it clear up? Let's see on this hike. So apparently the park doesn't open until later, and so we had to wait a bit, and then we were given keys, and I have the driver opening the chain, opening the lock to get the chain out of our way so we can keep going up. We have another 5 kilometers or so to get to the approach where I'm gonna start climbing the mountain. So there goes my ride. Several kilometers up here. He's heading back down to the village of El Chaupi. And I am the only one up here. It is early morning. They opened the gate for me. And this will be interesting. There's the trailhead where I'm going. And this is gonna be a good day and a lot of walking, because where he is driving down, I have to walk all the way down back to the village upon my return. So long day of hiking, better get started. I've been trekking for a while now across this beautiful landscape in the central highlands of the Andes in Ecuador, and loving every step. The sun has poked through the clouds a few times. With every step I'm taking, I'm just praying that the clouds lift higher and higher, and so far it's proving effective. Because I keep seeing like, oh, I'm just about to step into the clouds. I'm just about to step into the clouds. And they just keep lifting. My mountain is still completely shrouded in clouds right now. It's up there somewhere. And I'm just soaking it all in. I seem like I'm the only one out here right now. It's just completely quiet. There's the sound of wind blowing across the grasses and the occasional bird. And the views across this valley with the sun shining down in different areas of the valley. Absolutely magnanimous. We shall see if these clouds prevent my summit, or if it can get above the clouds, or if they'll keep rising. We shall see.
While you take in some of the beautiful biodiversity of Ecuador's Paramo, this alpine tundra above treeline, and I climb the face of this volcano, I feel inclined to offer a disclaimer. I've been adventuring in the mountains all my life, but if I summit this, it will be the highest peak I've ever climbed. I decided to climb this with a glance and sudden determination from the day before, along with a few locals confirming it was even climbable. While editing this adventure for you, however, I just read the following online. In the last couple years, an inordinate number of even the most experienced climbers have come to grief while climbing this mountain. It seems that overestimating their skills and underestimating the difficulty of the climb is one of the main causes of unfortunate mishaps on Iliniza. Rescues and body retrievals have become very common lately. Yikes. Perhaps there's legitimate reason part of the climb is called the Pass of Death. I also read the Ecuador government now requires an experienced guide and gear to climb here. I did not know this and do not recommend or endorse attempting what you are about to see without the safety of other experienced climbers. After traveling 40 countries, I at least knew to inform my family and several locals of my location, intentions, and planned return time. I was also packed with plenty of water, nutrition, and layers. Apparently, the ascent is recommended over 2 days, with overnight camping at a high-altitude refuge. I'm attempting a summit and return in 1 day, with the Pass of Death just up ahead, completely alone, heeding only my experience of navigating difficult terrain in the backcountry. Although it was cold and windy, I captured the following footage so you could experience this challenge immersively.
It's been too windy to record much, and I'm too winded to speak too much. But this is where I came from. Down there. Came up that chute, and I'm at a bit of a pass here. It drops down back on this side, and then this is where I'm going. The summit is up beyond the clouds. It just keeps getting more and more technical. But I am loving life in the Andes Mountains. Woohoo! Just when I think I'm reaching near the summit, I'm like, oh, there's one more. And there's one more. Plenty of false summits. They're extra deceiving when you're in the clouds. But this is the steepest one yet. It's up, up, and beyond that. This is a precipitous peak, indeed. So I just looked on maps, make sure I'm going the right way, because this is intense here. And I zoomed in, and it says, Paso de la Muerte. And I don't understand much Spanish, but I'm pretty sure that translates to the Pass of Death, or Paso de la Muerte, Pass of the Dead. So here I am, the Pass of the Dead, climbing up this pass, little by little, scrambling. This is adventure. Wow. Yeah, that's steep. Oh, look at that column there. Oh my, I am in the clouds. Clouds broke just for a second, and I could see how far up I am. Oh, I can't see it anymore. Oh, just a second. Just thousands and thousands of feet down below. Oh, the summit is just there. Like 300 feet higher than I am, but it's so steep. I'm not roped up. Might be a little beyond my skill level. And I have loved ones who would probably prefer that I don't go up there. There's where I'm coming from. This is called Paso de la Muerte. So, Pass of the Dead. I want to live. I'm loving life right now. This is amazing. But I'm going to listen to my body, listen to my heart, listen to my loved ones saying, hey, come back to us. And I'm gonna begin my descent now from 16,600 feet. Woo! Well, the good news is I survived getting down that crazy sketchy section, and more good news is I peeked around a corner and I found another path that was wrapping around the summit. This is the way up. I was trying to go up on the back side, and you definitely do not want to go up on the back side. It's just like sheer vertical. And there's actually a path here. So it's a bit more gradual, and I made it to 16,700 feet. So I'm just a little more than 100 feet from the summit. The not so great news is I'm getting socked in with weather. Like, it's getting really thick right now. But I'm so close. I'm gonna see if I can make it to the top. Okay, I think that is not a false summit. I think up there is the actual summit. Oh man, I am winded. Oh, breather.
So I survived the pass of death, barely. What I didn't know is that the final climb to the summit would forever change my life in two ways. Leave me a quick comment then follow the link below to this unique mountaintop experience in South America.